Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I am your host, Chantel Francis. I know that I've been kind of all over the place with trying to get these out to you, these Love Island UK. It's just been a lot, doing both UK and US every day, except for Saturdays, except for Sundays. You know what I mean. That I just was falling behind with having all the other responsibilities that I've had to do. So I'm very sorry that I have not been able to keep up with my end of the bargain here by watching the episode and coming to you to talk to you about it 2 p.m. every day. I did my best though, and I think I'll be a lot better once I don't have Love Island USA to deal with, which is tonight is the finale. So it'll be like 1 week or two of just Love Island UK, and that will just be so much better. I could deal with just that one show. It's just going to be a breath of fresh air. So I'll ask, maybe Tamika will want to talk to about the last week or two. See if she wants to continue or if she wants her free time back. I'll see how she feels. Sophie's here. How are you doing, Sophie? When are you doing Big Brother thing with Couch Potato Queens? That's going to be in about an hour. At 4 p.m., I'm going to go live with Couch Potato Queens to talk about this week of Big Brother. But we're going to talk today about episode 46 and 47 of Love Island UK. So in case this is your first time here, welcome. Please do us a favor and subscribe. We're just trying to build a tribe of people that love talking about reality TV and gossiping about all these reality TV stars. So where are we even? Episode 46. It starts off, oh my God, it seems like a long time ago. Matt just was dumped from the island and Teddy makes a toast for Matt. Teddy, we did see Teddy a lot of the times talking to Matt. Hi, Netha. Finally catching up on Love Island UK. Finally. Geez Louise. Excited to hear your opinions. Yes. I definitely, oh my God, you know what though? I'm actually thinking that I didn't watch the last 10 minutes of 47 now that I think about it. Whatever. Okay. You guys can fill me in on the last bit of Liberty and Jake, but that's episode 47. That's a little while from now. I can't believe I did that. Maybe we could watch it together because I was watching it, I don't know, yesterday. And then I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I have enough time to watch Survivor South Africa because I was going live in like an hour. So I'm like, okay, I'll just come back to this. And I just in my head thought I finished watching it. Too many things on the go. Thank goodness for Love Island is finally over. Why are they having a 2-hour finale? I don't know. I think they think people are going to watch. I'm only watching because of you guys that are coming to talk about the episode. I probably wouldn't be watching. Tamika, do you want to come on? Because I didn't watch the last bit of 47, so you could probably help me out if you want. If you are free. Thank God the challenge is back. I know the challenge is very exciting, and I'm super pumped that it is back. Tamika, let me know if you want to join me here to talk about 46 and 47. I realized that I didn't watch the last 10 minutes of 47, so you might be able to fill in some blanks there for me. So Tyler, Jake, and Liam, they make a plan for Tyler. So Tyler, they do this often in Love Island UK where it's either asking to be exclusive or asking to be their girlfriend or something of that sort. And they usually go do something quite elaborate, something quite cheesy, and you know, it's very classic UK Love Island. And so I love this because, you know, we had some doubts about Tyler and his intentions with Kaz. And so the fact that he just wants to do something, regardless of whether it's for the cameras or it's for, like, you know, anything else, it's just still a nice gesture that he has thought of to do to show how he feels about Kaz. So I really like that. He's putting in some effort here. This is what we wanted to see from Cinco. We wanted to see him put in some effort to show that he likes her. Even Charlie, we wanted to see Charlie put in some effort to show that he likes her. So Tyler, whether it's false or not, he's putting in some effort to show that he likes her. And I like that because it's just kind of what this show is all about to me, you know? So, Netha, I have been avoiding the challenge review because the first episode is not till tomorrow here. Oh my gosh. Honestly, Netha, if I don't remember, wait, it's going to be too late for you to watch, but I will still give you the link so at least you can watch live TV. And if you want to stay up late to at least watch it so you don't have to like be avoiding it. And then I'll see, you have to remind me though, and I'll see if I can find you another way to access it before it comes on Mondays. Man, that's so far away. I've already done 2 podcasts about that episode. Like, that's long gone. So yeah, the fact that you're 5 days behind is it's a lot. So remind me, please. It's interesting that both Big Brother and The Challenge are going to be head to head on, since Big Brother is in a final month of the season. Yeah, I know, it's very annoying. Wednesdays are super busy. Then Survivor's coming, and I don't even want to think about Wednesday nights right now because I'm just like, can't they just spread it out during the week? That would be awesome. So Tyler's even saying that he's never sweat this much over a girl, and I'm like, yeah, sweat for Kaz. I think Kaz deserves it. She hasn't really had the best time in this villa, so I'm happy that somebody is willing to put in this effort. Like the effort that Matt seems to think he was putting in towards Kaz, but really he didn't put in any effort with her whatsoever other than saying like, yeah, I'm willing to explore this with you a little bit. Anyways, I wasn't a fan of Matt at all, especially since like how he kind of dumped her / not dumped her. It's the same thing with Charlie. It's like you knew the situation that you were coming into, so don't pretend like they just sprung it on you and they're just, acting completely out of character and they can't believe how disrespectful they've been towards you. It's like, well, you knew that they were in a situationship before she said that she wanted to start looking at things with you. Even in the recoupling ceremony, she said that if she hadn't seen that postcard from Casa Moore, she would have come back alone. So that in itself should have been enough for you to know, Matt, that like she still has feelings for Tyler. Anyways, that's another podcast. So he has all these different people leading her around to different parts of the villa, like the place where we had our first argument, the place where we had their first kiss, a few other places, and finally they end up at the terrace, like the lookout upstairs, and he has some towels when he's written on in the towels like, will you be my girl? Will you be exclusive? Is that what she says? Shall we be exclusive? And so he's holding up the towels and he's dropping the ones, and she's like, yes. And so it's really cute, and they hug and they kiss, and then they come down, and everybody's they look outside, and everybody's like screaming and cheering and super excited for them. They come down, and everybody's giving them a hug, and Liberty wants to go run up and hug her, and Jake waits and pulls her and says like, no, I want you to like give her some time with everybody else, and then we'll have our own time, but like just wait a minute. And Liberty's like, well, I want to go now. And so they kind of stood there waiting for her to say hi to all these other people or say like congratulations. And then they had their moment, just the two of them, where she hugs him and like Jake picks her up and spins her around and is so happy for her. And just remember this moment because it's going to come back, we'll say, to haunt Jake a little bit. Well, a lot of it. We're always a week behind or more of US shows they show over here. Yeah, let me think of how I can get you access. Because like I feel like you can even find a stream of it. Kind of like how I watched Love Island UK. I'm sure somebody has the challenge that they're doing the same thing on. I'm doing it on Daily Motion. Just remind me, Netha. I'll look into it for you. If anything, I don't know if I want to promise this, but maybe I can record it. You know what I mean? Just send you the recording of it. I can record it the day of and then send it to you. We'll see if I can find a better thing to do than that. Okay, so what else happened next? So yes, Lib and Jake are definitely really happy about this though, but there was something about the fact that Liberty just wanted to go up and hug her best friend in the villa about something that she's been wanting for a really long time. And, he kind of is pulling her back. Tamika, how you doing? Thank you for stepping in here. So appreciative. I don't know if you heard me in the beginning. I was saying like maybe for the last week, Tamika would want to go live with me to finish out the season. Oh, you're muted still. Still muted. Hi, Sans. Thanks for joining. Did you see the first look? No, I don't end up getting the first look, Dan.
How about now?
Yes. Yes. She has arrived. She has arrived.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. I don't got nothing to do.
Well, we're back at 46 because like obviously you know that how busy I have been.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to catch up on the season so we can finish out the last, I don't know if it's gonna be a week or 2 weeks that are left, but
Yeah.
like it will take the 3 o'clock time slot. It's a lot faster. I find that these episodes don't have as much to talk about.
Yeah.
So it'll be less than an hour for sure. So if you're willing to do that, I'm into it.
We can do that. 3 o'clock works for me.
Sounds amazing. So I'm just basically at the point where Tyler puts together that whole elaborate setup with the towels that say, "Will you be my girlfriend?" You like this, right? Me too.
Yes. So, did you see the unseen bits yesterday?
No.
Okay, so I didn't watch it either, but I saw clips of it. And basically, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, that wasn't romantic," because like that love, yeah, because that love actually scene. I mean, technically, that Love Actually scene wasn't really romantic because he was in love with his best friend's wife. But I thought it was romantic. But come to find out, Kaz had a whole conversation with Liam, how she's like so into rom-coms. And so it like when you find that out, like afterwards, it's like, oh my God, like he made her dream come true. Like it's so awesome.
Sweetest thing that I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
How sweet that is. Because like, you know, it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but it means a lot to her. You know, and that's what I was saying right before you came on about this particular situation was that you know, in the UK, they tend to want to make these special moments happen, whether they're contrived or not. I don't even care. They're willing to put in that effort, regardless of how it makes them feel. Look at like it's so, you know, Will saying, "Will you be my girlfriend on a boat?" Kiss, whatever. Even the way Josh did it with Shannon, like not that elaborate and exciting. I was still more interested in seeing like Johnny have all the guys do a little poem and like a little limerick for Sally to go and fall around and find. And so I like the extra effort that these guys are putting in just to saying something as simple as, "Will you be exclusive?"
Yeah, with the Love Island USA, especially this season, I just feel it like it came down to the type of couples that we had in the villa because Josh and Shannon during one of their interviews basically said that she wasn't expecting him to do that, like she wasn't looking for him to do that, and then specifically they had a conversation where that wasn't going to happen, and so when he did it during their date, she thought it was for TV. Like she had to ask him, "Did the producers make you do that?" And he's like, no, like this is coming from me. This is how I feel. This is what I want to do. And so she's like, "Well, then of course, like that's what I want to." So it was a little sweet. But it's also like it felt like none of these people were looking to do girlfriend and boyfriend this year. And I don't know if Amy and Wes had stayed, if Cinco and Cash had stayed, whether we would have gotten that with them, or at least exclusivity. But yeah, I think that was like, especially like this season, like you could definitely see the difference between what's happening in the UK and what happens in the USA.
Absolutely. It's just like they have more, they seem to want to be in a relationship more than they do in the US.
Yeah, and I think I said this before. I just like that the UK, they tend to find older people to do the show, people closer to 30 rather than just 20-year-olds. I think it's also a factor of why you would be more ready to do more boyfriend and girlfriend stuff.
I love it. It's for me, it's part of Love Island. Is like, okay? So who's gonna do the elaborate plan and like have like the I don't know pillowcases making out a heart or
Yeah.
like I don't know. They get creative, and I like seeing guys put in some effort just to ask them to be their girlfriend. It's cute.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I'm like Kaz. I'm a big rom-com romantic comedy person. So even though I knew that that part wasn't technically romantic in Love Actually is one of my favorite movies. So I thought it was sweet then, but then to find out how big into rom-com she is, I just thought it was awesome.
Samantha says it appears that he had planned it before the recoupling, as he said Liberty knew about it. Okay, so the next part that we were talking about was the fact that Jake didn't allow Liberty to run over and congratulate Kaz right away. He wanted to like let her have her own time with the other Islanders, and then they would have their own moments separately.
Yeah.
So
I think I mentioned this on the USA one. Like Liberty should have been first, in my opinion. Liberty should have been the first person. First of all, she helped plan it. Second of all, she's her bestie. She should have been able to be the first person to go run up to Kaz and give her a hug. And like just even like the part where Jake picks Kaz up and spins her around, I felt it was phony, and I was not a fan of what he did to her. And I'm sorry, if my boyfriend did that to me, I would have punched him in the face. And
really,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not holding me back from going to hug my best friend. Sorry.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, so Ms. Love, before that, I was talking about how Matt, like, they start off with a toast to Matt leaving by Teddy. And
good riddance, Matt. I said good riddance, Matt.
Okay, so Ms. Love says, I agree with everything you said about Matt's situation. I'm not understanding all the hate Kaz has been getting with that. Exactly. I don't understand the hate. She never lied to Matt. Matt knew the situation he was getting into. Like, Kaz.
Because people didn't get the full story, because they showed the full story on the unseen bits, that he was not even attempting to like woo her in any way. He just knew that he could get her because of the whole postcard thing. Smoothed her a little bit, and then once he got her, it was like, okay, that's it.
Like, and then nothing. These guys, like him and Charlie, waste minutes.
Yeah.
My type at all. That whole situation was weird with Jake holding Liberty back. I'm sure she was the first person Kaz wanted to see. Absolutely.
Like you could tell Kaz was looking for her, because she said to Tyler, she's like, oh wait, Liberty's over there. It's like she didn't keep going to everybody else. She stopped what she was doing and went separately to them, because they were separately on the side. So it's like he made it about him and Liberty instead of it being about Kaz and Tyler.
Even though that's what he was trying to say, like, oh, well, like it wanted to be about her and like her moving around on her own time, and like then we'll have our own time. And it's like, no, just how about you just be natural about it? And like, I want to go run up and hug my friend who just is in a relationship now with this guy. And we've been talking about him for the last few weeks. Like, leave me alone. Why? And the cut that they show, I think they showed it when they were looking back at it after the challenge. It's just like, you can see that like Liberty's just like standing there awkwardly. And it's just like so unnatural.
Yeah, it was like I think it was even just the fact that it was not in her nature. Like you could tell she wanted to run. Like it made it worse, because it's one thing if you just stood there, but the fact that he had to keep like, no, don't run, no, don't go, no, like it was weird, and it just was unnecessary, and I didn't like it, and I don't know, like I don't know what she's gonna do, because and then somebody said on Murad's channel, somebody, I think it was Sam, said that if she brings out later that something about TV and saying TV on the show, that usually that's like a violation of what they're supposed to be able to do, but that means that it was knowing Liberty, it was probably so bad at that point that she had to say something that's why the show kept it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Okay, the fact that like I saw that clip of Murad as well, and like the fact that they've left it in is really what's bizarre about the whole situation. Like if they're not allowed to talk about TV, why would they leave it in? And why are people saying that she broke the rules? It's like, well, maybe she broke the rules, or maybe rules are broken all the time, but they didn't need to leave it in the show. Her mentioning
Exactly.
cameras. So
exactly.
I never understood what that argument was. It's like, well, how did she break the rules if they left it in the show? They can choose.
They cut a lot of other stuff out. They could have cut that part. They could have cut that whole entire conversation out if they wanted to.
Exactly. So anyways, it's just very weird. But I guess maybe it's to lend to the storyline of Jake playing a game, which we all know he is.
Yeah.
All right. Netha says the unseen bits from yesterday show that even Chloe and Toby had to prompt Matt to take Priya aside to the gym area, the one that they showed on the main show. See, he wasn't into Priya either. Like,
yeah, I don't think he was. I don't think he was into either one of them. I think I think somebody said he came in there for Millie.
Oh, Millie and Kaz are very, very different.
Which to me tells you the type he was looking for. So I think it was all a game to him. And he apparently his thing is marketing. His job is marketing. So when he dumped Kaz, it's over, he's like doing some marketing campaign with it. So we'll probably see that with t-shirts.
Yeah, it's over t-shirts. Get out of here. Yeah, it's over. You're 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Bye. Let's see if he gets like 1,000 followers on Instagram. Like he's definitely, to me, aesthetically, he doesn't look like the type that would have ever been on Love Island. So it was very bizarre that he was even cast. He doesn't look like the typical cast, in my opinion. So Ms. Love says, I already thought it was pretty cute how he did that, but knowing that makes it even more meaningful. Absolutely. I love that he did a romantic gesture because she likes romantic movies. So cute. Is this UK or USA? It should be UK. It should be UK.
It's UK.
Yes, Dad. We won't be doing USA until tomorrow, 3 p.m., where we'll be doing the finale. Okay, there's no reason why they could not have shown the scene between Liam and Kaz on the main show. That scene made people see that Liam does have a personality and can be funny. I'm even though we haven't seen it and I haven't watched the unseen bits yet, I do find Liam, I'm liking him a little bit more. I think it's because he's put in effort with Millie. He's taken things at her own pace. He's let her know that he's there and he cares about her, and however she feels is fine, because a lot of these men, they just want the women to get over it right away, and if they don't, they're going to move on. And so the fact that he's giving her as much time as she needs is, I really enjoy that, and it's making me like him a little bit more and me appreciating their relationship a little bit more. So he is doing the cheating on Casamore the right way.
yeah. I mean, people are making excuses for him, so he gets excuses, but Tyler doesn't get any excuse, even though he was coupled up with his girlfriend longer. And I don't know, but anyway, people are saying he's only 21, so it's to be expected what he did. My whole part was the lying about it. Just tell the truth and get it over with. But I do agree, at least like the difference between these two people and like what we saw in the US with Will and Kara, he at least went hard to get her back. And she at least was like, no, I'm not taking you right back. I got to see something totally different. I absolutely appreciated that in their relationship. So now it does feel like their relationship is stronger. It does feel like they're moving into a better pace and are more connected than they were before Casa Amor.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. That's probably why we're so frustrated with Kira, is that she just like let him off so easily, and she doesn't even know what he did and what he's admitted to. I don't think she's going to think it's the same thing. Like, look at how Faye popped off. I know she has her own issues, I'm sure, with what she's dealt with growing up and how she handles situations. So that is beside the point. But look from him not being completely transparent with his feelings that he was felt towards Clarice, like saying that he was sexually attracted to her, is what set her off. Like
Right.
if Kira saw that kiss,
Oh yeah.
like she would be like, you didn't tell me that you were gonna be kissing her like that. You didn't
Yeah.
be kissing me like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So it would have been nice if they did like a postcard type thing, so she would have a little bit more knowledge and not just get to rely on him, and then everybody kind of covering for him.
Yeah.
Hi, Janine. Thanks for joining. So even Faye saw how weird it was looking at Liberty on the stage and wondering what the hell was she doing there. Why? It's so weird. I don't even like. It was just so weird. Hi, Natalie. Thanks for joining us. They made a lot of mistakes this season, and why are these people of color getting racist messages? I don't know why they're getting racist messages. I don't know why ITV hasn't stepped in and said something about it. I know that they talk about all the messages that I don't remember what it's called. You guys can remind me in the chat.
Ofcom, the Ofcom messages.
Yes, that's it. You know, they got 25,000 with Faye and her, you know, her outburst, and then they got maybe 2,500 for like the Casa Moore thing, thinking it was like morally incorrect. Shouldn't there be a lot of people super upset with the fact that people are getting death threats?
No, because they're the ones sending the death threats. They're the ones sending the racist message. So why would they tell on themselves?
But anyways, it's just like why are we not getting to know, like why aren't they talking about this? Why isn't ITV being like, hey, these are real people, like nothing that they've done on the show warrants death threats. Nothing. That barely warrants
so far, I think so far all the people of color have gotten some sort of high racist message. I know Kaz did. I know Priya, they said the other day, had. Aaron did. So my whole thing is you need to release a statement. Like, I don't understand why they refuse to.
Son says because the UK is inherently racist.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, this is the thing, is that, okay, so we are everybody's like always like, oh my god, there's no racists, I see no color, there's no racism isn't here anymore, you're just being overly sensitive, whatever. But now the more that we're seeing people of color on TV, the more the people that don't apparently exist are coming out of the woodworks, because like they're seeing people that trigger them on TV. So it's very interesting that it's now you know, illuminating how inherently racist like the world is completely. It's very frustrating. It's very sad, but hopefully with it coming to light, that means that it could eventually dissipate and it won't be a thing anymore. But I think that'll be a while before racism is actually gone.
Yeah.
Chloe and Toby are talking about Jake, and even Faye talking to Teddy about how Jake was a showman. They left all that in. Mm-hmm. Matt is a fraud. Yep. Who's going to buy that shirt of his? We're done. Get out of here. Sam says, I think that Kaz is the type of person to also bring personality out of people. She just have a presence that is very welcoming. Absolutely. Yeah. She's so sweet. Like her and Tyler giggling and stuff like that. Like they have a good time together. I can't deny that.
Yeah, no.
He didn't have that much of a good time with Clarice. She's beautiful.
Oh, so have you seen the interviews with Clarice?
No, I haven't done my homework yet.
She needs to stop.
Uh-oh.
I think, and it might be because she's a person of color, a Black woman, why I feel it's kind of worse than even Mercedes from like USA last year. She's just like on a tear. So first it was, oh, if this was the real world, he would have stayed with me. And I'm like, based off of what? Because you think because Kaz is darker skinned than you? Because the comments seem to be coming from a colorist place. And then she keeps liking comments about how Kaz, like she's following everybody, except for Kaz. Every single person on exactly on the thing, and we didn't even see Cass say one word to her. The most Cass ever even said about her was to tell Tyler, "Listen, you're not gonna play me and her. You need to pick one of us and stick to it. You can't give both of us time. It's not gonna work." And then she's changed her story twice. So once it was he never said anything about Kaz. He didn't say one word about her in Casa Amor. And then interviews came out with Salima, and Salima's like, no, he the first couple of days all he did was talk about Kaz to me, and that's who he wanted to stay with. And then after a couple of days, he did say, okay, getting to know all of you. The only person that I would go to would be Clarice or one other person, and not Salima. So she said, "Okay, thank you." That was it. She didn't even really want Tyler. She wanted Aaron, but he wasn't there.
That
But
would be very
I
attractive.
know he even said in an interview he likes her. He said it would have been Clarice, Lily, or Salima for him.
Lily, I mean, she's pretty, but like,
Yeah,
she doesn't, no.
yeah,
And who was the last person?
and Salima.
Salima. Okay, yeah. Salima's also was very pretty.
Yeah,
I think though Clarice and Aaron would have made a fire couple. Like they would
yeah.
they would
Well,
look
no. Clarice wanted Tyler. Salima wanted Aaron.
Ooh, got it. I mean, they would look good together too.
Yeah. So she said that he said he kept speaking about Cassie the first few days, and then he told her that, and then he was cracking on with Clarice, and then Clarice then now changed her story. She said, "Well, yeah, the first like day or so, he said that he mentioned Kaz's name, but then after that, he didn't really." Like he wasn't open the first 2 days, but then the rest of the time he was very open to me. He never mentioned Kaz's name again. So she changed her story on that. And then she changed her story. She said that he never spoke to Kaz once they got into the villa other than the arguments. And he never, so when he came to her and changed like he wanted Kaz, she was blindsided and it was so unfair. And then she just did an interview and she said, well, we would be, hanging out. He'd be kind of like, on top of me. And then I would get up and go to the bathroom and then he'd be over by Kaz.
Well, I mean, okay.
So it's like, which one is it, girl? Like, was he never paying attention to Kaz? Or was it that anytime you would get up and walk away, he was over by Kaz because that's who he really wanted to be with?
I mean, I think that he was sexually attractive to Clarice.
Right.
In the beginning, I don't remember if he said it specifically to her, but he definitely said it to the guys. It was like, Mom, my head's scrambled, my head's scrambled, my head. He kept on saying that, like, oh, I don't know, Mom, my head's scrambled. Like, he showed in the beginning a lot of conflict in his actions and kind of joking it off.
Right.
I think it's just because having the option of this beautiful woman that is interested in him, even though he has another beautiful woman that's out of sight, out of mind at this moment, that they just started something very fresh and new with. So I think that he thought that, his sexual attraction to this person would be enough. And he thought also that, hey, we haven't really been in something for that long, so I wouldn't be surprised if she found somebody else right now.
Right.
And let's bring Clarice back in and let's explore to see if this is what we want to happen.
Because that's immediately what he said. He said, I want to get to know both of you. Like, we weren't together that long. And Kaz is like, but how are you going to do that? Because I don't want a piece of you or 50% of you. I want 100% of you. She deserves 100% of you. Why would I want that? You got to make up your mind. And I think he did put into Clarice. I think he did try to see if they could build something. I just don't think their personalities match.
Yeah, she's
boring.
Yeah, that's basically. A lot of people in the UK try to be covert about their racism and act like it doesn't exist. At least they are overt about it in the States, right?
Yeah, this is true.
In the first look, it said that 2 couples are leaving. Also, Toby snitching and scrying to Jake. That all
saying to Jake.
Oh, saying. No glasses on, guys. Sorry. I'm like, dying. Saying to Jake that all the girls think that he said "I love you" to Liberty as a cop out. Okay, I missed that part. Is that what he did after the that challenge? Okay, let's blow through this.
That's in the first look. So, but yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
and we'll get to that.
So, okay, Slim and Jake are really happy for Kaz and Tyler. Kaz and Ty are going to be going to the hideaway. Do you think that some nookie is going to be happening over there? Or do you think it's just going to be, you know?
I think it was their first night after becoming exclusive. I don't think Kaz would go fully until their boyfriend and girlfriend. My opinion. I think it was the same thing. I think it would be the same thing as Justine and Caleb. Like, not go all the way until you know for sure that person says you guys are together. Mm-hmm.
So he's wearing a little bit of a sailor hat, and that when he throws when he gets to the bed. It's so embarrassing. I love it.
So cute. And then Toby caught it, which is so cute.
Yes, I mean it's just like they feel like they have more fun in the UK with people getting into relationships. The chats feel real. Like it's just like they really are excited. Yeah. Oh, you got a kiss? Oh my god, what did he say? Like I feel like it's genuine, and I feel that in the States it's like they have to do it because there's the producers like, okay, guys chat about their date now. Okay, go and have all the girls go talk about this. Okay, they came back from the date. All the boys come and talk about this. And it's kind of like it was a natural thing, I think, that happened in the UK that they're trying to make it a staple thing in the US.
But I also think it's because they cycle in more people that actually can build connections, where in the US they do. Again, I was listening to a live with Kay and Isabel yesterday before they went out to hang out with the Casa people, and Kay was like, they did not bring in enough black men, enough men. She said the same thing we said, enough men that liked black women, and it was the same thing that we were saying. So I think the case is that they cycle in enough people for you to build in those connections, or at least explore them, so that it's not always like a stilted conversation about, oh my God, like what are we going to talk about today because the producers are going to make us talk. Mm-hmm. It's you're really trying to build this connection with somebody because you generally have a chemistry, or you generally like that person, so you could see maybe something could go somewhere.
Exactly. It's very frustrating that it could be that there's too many people in the States, so they haven't really been able to figure out how to find people that like all people. Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. I feel like it'd be really easy, I would think, to find people that like each other, but I just don't understand why you could put in 30 people have cycled through, and we have 3 couples that are not even in the villa anymore.
I just think it's the casting process. I don't know how UK does their casting, but it feels like the majority of the people in the US are casted from social media, Instagram, TikTok, blah, 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 blah. And then you have the few like Kay who apply. And then it's like, so like last season, Justine applied, but I don't know if it was like a bunch of people that applied for it. So it's like, it's kind of like that. Like, are you going to get a real person if the people aren't applying and you're scouting them from social media, and their first thought is, oh, I'll go on the show and get more followers and I'll get brand deals and keep it moving, rather than, oh my gosh, I could find my person for now and then maybe win $100,000.
Exactly. It's just, I think it's also the mentality of the US versus UK, and saying the intentions. I feel like even though they get so much popularity for being on it in the UK, we don't reward that there. Like, look at, as soon as Lucinda was free to be dumped, they dumped her because we could see that she wasn't being genuine. She was only there to like up her followers and get some brand deals.
She was shocked too.
Right? We value the connections that people are making in the UK, and it does. I don't understand what they want in the US. It's just like kind of weird what the audience is wanting. I'm like, you really want Corey and Olivia? Like, that's what you want?
I'm telling you, even today, people are mad that people didn't vote for them because they have the most genuine connection, and I'm not seeing it. And I'm just like, Jake and Liberty have more of a connection.
100%. Like, Jake and Liberty are like going to be getting married compared to Olivia and Corey.
Exactly.
Like, your family together.
Exactly.
Toby, Aaron, Kaz, and now Priya have been getting these nasty messages. I think even Shannon also got some too, no?
Yeah. Shannon got some in the beginning, before they cut her. I'm trying to think if Sharon got any. I can't remember. She might have, though.
Wow, though. That's just like, people are so... I can't even talk about people like that anymore. It's so frustrating. True that, Netha, but social media brings the worst out in people and give them confidence to say that what they can't say to your face. Absolutely. My mom calls them keyboard warriors.
Yep.
Like, they're just...
Facebook, was it the thumb thuggers?
I've never heard that one before. That's very good. Okay, also, that joke went outside the villa because he said that he was about to explode.
Oh, yeah, that's the first look. That's in the first look.
Oh, okay, yeah. Joke. Jake, where's my glasses? Like, today. Murad is also asking producers all the time why they haven't brought out a statement yet. Why?
All the time. Yeah.
And also, Murad has actually said many times, like, bring me on as a producer. Bring me on as a producer. You would be great as a producer.
Yeah. In the UK.
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah. I don't think his brand of violence would work in America.
ITV picks and chooses when to actually speak out. They released a statement about Chloe, of course, when she was getting messages, but now for Kaz and other people, and not for Kaz and other people, other POC cast members.
Yeah, no. And I think they did have Danny release a statement when they found out he had made some racist comments.
Yeah, they told him in the diary room or whatever, and that he was able to release while he's still in the villa.
The villa. I'm like, how is that fair?
And then, like, what's his name? Sharif.
Yeah.
Like, says something in a joking way that the person wasn't offended and they kicked him off the show.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Clarice is also a fraud. Ooh, and trying to extend her 15 minutes of fame. She's got records to release. Oh, is she a good singer?
Is she? I don't even know.
I think Kaz and Cash have similar personalities in being so friendly and welcoming.
Yes. Yeah, which is why I'm just like, it's obvious that you just hate the girl because she got the guy, because there's no reason for Clarice to not like Kaz. I don't think Kaz was ever any type of mean to her. Even when she was still in the villa, she was just like, well, it's open just a crack. I'm going to be focusing on Matthew. I'm not focusing on you. You're still with her. It has nothing to do with like the entire situation had nothing to do with it. And she told him he had to toe the line. Either it was her or him, her or me. And he chose Kaz. That's not her fault.
It's not her fault. And like, Matthew, deal with it too. Like, you didn't put any effort to make it a difficult decision for her. Like,
right.
It's like, okay, this guy that doesn't show that he likes me at all, and this guy is actually willing to like put aside the other relationship to be with me. Let me go with that one, who I'm also more interested in and sexually attracted to.
Right.
I thought it was hilarious though when Tyler picks up Kaz and like chucks her on the bed. I thought it was so funny.
It was so funny because she's in a bathing suit at that, which she looked fire in that orange bathing suit. And just, it's so funny that he just like flung her on the bed. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all ain't going into the bed first. Y'all gotta go to the hot tub.
Yes.
But you know where his mind was.
They were cute though. I definitely enjoyed them. I'm happy they had their hideaway. Whether it's fake or not, I like them pretending. Then it's nice.
This is what I say. Make me believe it. I believe it. Although I really do, because people are like, Kaz and and Tyler are very similar. And I keep saying that, like, I'm a Taurus, he's a Taurus, Tyler's a Taurus, and Kaz is a Scorpio. And when I was dating a Scorpio, it felt like my other half. It felt like we are very similar in so many ways, but the differences that we had made our relationship feel just so good. So I can definitely see that they probably really do have a vibe. Whether or not, again, that comes out the villa and they stay together forever, we don't know. I mean, we're never gonna know.
I totally, though, people like don't believe in zodiac signs and all that stuff, but like earth and water, so Scorpio is water and Taurus is earth, they work really well together. Like they make a nice paste, you know.
Yeah.
It can be good consistency. You can do a lot when you put those two elements together. So I'm here for people being able to make connections, and that it goes beyond just like, oh, I like you, and like, no, elementally you actually go well together. So I like that they complement each other.
Yep.
I'm here for them. So Liberty and Millie are talking, and she's starting to get worried about whether or not Jake is playing a game for the cameras. And this is what some of the controversy about her not being able to say these things out loud, but they left it in, so it must be okay. Like, and if she wasn't allowed to say it, they probably would have reprimanded her and be like, hey, can you stop talking about the cameras here? But no, this is the storyline that they want to have. So I think that she's probably being encouraged now to be mentioned these things. And she mentions the fact that he didn't let her run up to Kaz, which we already talked about. So the next morning, we see Tyler and Kaz come back. And I was like, no bonnet today.
Yeah, I was like wondering if she was gonna bring her bonnet. And then I saw when she woke up, she had her hair up. I was like, all right, Kaz. She's like, all right, I'm not gonna go full thing. We're gonna we're gonna see where the wind takes us.
Messy bedhead for Kaz.
Yeah.
So even in the morning, like Tyler brings Faye. Well, Teddy must have brought Faye a coffee. I put Tyler, but it must have been Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy bought Faye a coffee, but Tyler bought Kaz a coffee.
Oh.
Or tea or something like that. Yeah.
So the girls chat. Mary talks about the fact that she really, really likes Aaron. Okay, I think that they look really good together. I think that they've been flirting quite a bit, and like I like their banter and their flirting and stuff like that. But like, is she trying to make a move onto Jake? Like, I haven't seen the fullness of that. What is going on there with Mary?
I don't know. I do think that Mary and Aaron like are a really cute couple. Like, and it does seem like she's really into him. Not really into him. It does seem like she's into him. I don't know about really, but and vice versa. Like he's into her. But I don't know. I don't know if what Mary's thought process is, game plan. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Me neither. It's just so bizarre that like next episode you see her talking to Jake, and then I feel like I saw like maybe a Murad clip that I haven't watched yet being like, is Mary trying to move in on Jake? And I'm like, nobody likes Jake, so like that's like, it can't be a thing, you know what I mean? Like,
that's why I'm saying I don't know if it's necessarily that she wants Jake, or like, first of all, like if she came in to play a game, that's not a smart game at this point. Like you're breaking up a couple, like a boyfriend and girlfriend. So nobody's gonna look at that. I don't know if she's like has a wall up or what, because I can't figure her out. She's cute though, and I think she looks like Aaron. So I don't know. Something is off, and I don't know what it is, but I do feel like they're the weakest, one of the weakest couple. And Priya and Brett are one of the weakest couples, only because they haven't had time. But I think they actually probably could match outside the villa. I just don't think they have enough time to build something where we would like root for them. And then Jake and Liberty, unfortunately, at this point, are starting to be more and more like the weakest couple. And it's his fault. It really is.
Well, I mean, we knew from the beginning that he was playing a game, and so
Yeah,
that Liberty is not going to get to the end now because of it. You know.
yeah,
Well, maybe they'll fix it.
maybe, yeah.
So Son says that Aaron has reached out to Clarice. Apparently,
I'm not surprised.
Clarice should take a page out of Matt's book. He said that he saw the connection between Kaz and Tyler, so was fine with them, and sees him and Kaz being great friends. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's what he said afterwards.
Yes, agree with me. Thank you, Son. I'm not sure what I said, but I appreciate it. I don't think two couples will leave. They'll probably end up picking one boy, one girl out of the bottom two couples, or just dump a couple.
No, what happens is we're towards the end, so this is the last 2 weeks. So they're going to do. They usually do the last. I've only seen season 6 and 5, and what they usually do is they have them like text in which couples they feel like are the weakest couples, and then they put them up for a public vote, and then the public votes who they think are the strongest ones or the weakest ones out of that, and then the last 4 will get dumped basically, and then that's the final couples, and then they'll do dates and all sorts of stuff.
So the boys do chat with Tyler, and they're all cheering and excited for him. They're so silly, but I like it. It's better. Mary and Jake, though, they do have like a conversation on the beanbags talking about kids and stuff like that. And like he's never
it was like a serious conversation, which is why I was so confused. It's not like a conversation like he usually has with Kaz or somebody else where it's like just bullshit. Like he was talking serious, and then he was like making these like statements and innuendos of, oh, what happens, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I'm like, what are you trying, like, are you trying to build something that if you come out of this and break up with Liberty, you'll get with Mary? Like, what is going on here? I don't like it.
I mean, she's his type.
Right.
So if I'm being honest, the only reason why I watch Love Island USA is because the cast is always hot. It doesn't bring anything else.
It really doesn't. Like right now, it's not. I mean, how long did it take the UK to get couples that have stayed together?
No, since the first season, they had
people stay together. Okay, so I don't know.
I don't know if they're still together now, but they stayed together for a couple of years. You guys in the chat, like Netha, what's their name? Jonathan and Hannah. How long did they stay together? Quite a while, right? Who else from that season are still together? I don't remember that season fully, but season 2, a couple's married and has a baby, 2 babies, I think.
Okay.
Season 3.
I just feel like it's either they gotta push it older, so 25 and up. No 21-year-olds like Johnny, no matter how hot they are. Kind of like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Like you gotta push the ages up, like 25 to 30, where you can actually get people who want to, not even if they want to get married, but they want to build actual relationships. They're out of college, they have their careers set, they're ready to like move up into a relationship, and people who are off social media and look good. Like there are people who look good who are not on social media.
Yeah, them casting from US social media is not the same as them casting from UK social media.
Exactly.
Like, look at Molly May. I don't even know if she's 21 now. Like, she's still very young, but she wanted to be in a relationship. She's in a relationship with another guy that's around her age, and they've been together doing the couple Instagram, like, or influencer game together. So it's because the people of the UK want relationships more than people in the US.
Yeah.
And it's like we're fighting that. It's not a format that USA really is appealing to them. They don't want to be in relationships. They want to be single. It's always in the US that people are saying like, oh, monogamy is unnatural, and you know. So,
but that's why I'm saying, so I got married. I was with my ex-husband from the time we were 18, but I got married at 26. and like all our friends, they were either had got married like a few years before us, or they were getting married around the same time as us. So that's why I'm saying I think older would be better, because somebody was saying that on a different show that I watch for Married at First Sight, they are saying it depends on the location. Some locations tend to marry younger. So like they said they got married at like 21, 22, and all their friends were already had been married from 18 and are still married, right? And they live somewhere in the South, I believe, or it's either South or someplace in the Midwest. And then somebody else said no, they got married like when they were like, you know, in their mid 20s, and they were like one of the first ones that got married and had kids, and they lived somewhere else. So it's that's why I'm saying I think it'd be better just to stay on the safe side, to go from mid 20s and up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But like, they think that people want 21-year-olds because right. I don't know. They don't get it. No. So Milo says the U.S. and the UK have a casting issue. The U.S. needs to cast men who date all women, including Black women, and the UK needs to do a better job with casting diversity in general. All of
the literal first 10 episodes of this season of UK, I didn't know who was who. I could not tell. They were all blonde with filler, and I could not figure it out. I really couldn't. It was sad. And I'm pretty good about differentiating characters and putting names to faces, but I literally couldn't tell who was who until like Millie came in and like Chloe came in. Like around then is when I could figure it out.
Speaking of Lucinda, I think she may have dropped Brad too.
Good.
Well, I mean, with all that tea that came out from Chugs.
Yeah. But hey, we all heard that she apparently already had a boyfriend and he was taking care of her dog. So even if she had stayed with Brad, I don't think it was stayed with Brad. We knew she was never going to stay with Aaron. We knew they had went into Casa Amor. They weren't staying together anyway. I'm not surprised she dropped Brad. But yeah, that tea with Chugs, like I'm really crossing my fingers that it wasn't true or misconstrued, because that makes Brad absolutely disgusting to me, because we all saw that he had no intention of staying with Rachel. He had absolutely no intention to stay with Rachel.
And like, I was not judging her, but just kind of like, I'm like, why are you crying over Brad?
Yeah.
Like, I just never thought he was all that. And so the fact that, like, you know, it appears that maybe they had slept together and he kind of promised her more than he actually admitted to everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty not
That's
great.
Disgusting.
Lucinda is also a fraud and drama queen. She's apparently now back with Danny. Oh, please. Mora season 5 and Faye would bring drama on MTV The Challenge. I mean, I don't see Faye doing the challenge, but I could see Mora.
She's a little more physical.
Yeah, like she did, I think, Dancing with the Stars in the UK, or Strictly one of the dancing shows.
Yeah,
so I could see her wanting to put herself in that and like giving that a try. So I could see Mora doing that for sure. She's in a relationship with someone outside the villa.
Oh,
his name?
Dumped Chris.
Can someone tell Chugs to mind his business? I mean, yes, but I'm happy that if it's the truth, though, that Brad at least can come to, you know, people will see his true colors a little bit. Yeah. Hi, Tasha. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I heard her saying things about Rachel, shaking my head. Oh, Chugs. Mm-hmm. Hi, Teresa. Does anyone know where I can watch Love Island live from abroad? Love Island UK or US?
Yeah, which one?
UK, I don't know live, and because I tried to do ITV with and VPN and it won't let me watch it.
Yeah.
I even tried putting in like my family's postal code and it didn't work still. So that didn't work. Maybe my VPN wasn't strong enough for ITV, but I wasn't able to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe any of the chat if anybody has any ideas. Oh, bye, Sans. Love Island UK is about to start. Yes, yeah, this is a while ago. But bye. Thanks, Son, for joining us. I'll finish watching later. No bonnets today. Yes. Thanks for joining. She's doing the rounds. She was apparently talking to another guy in the club whilst out with Brad, which caused a fight, and Brad ended up being kicked out. Oh my gosh. What is she doing? Okay, bye, Netha. I know you're already gone. When Teddy and Mary talk, they always be smiling and laughing with each other.
Oh my gosh, I thought Teddy and Mary would be the cutest couple. I don't know why he's stuck with Faye, but
he likes me a lot.
Yeah, I think he just likes her way more, and I don't understand it because him and Mary have the cutest relationship. I don't know. It might just be bestie vibes, but I don't know. I think they would have a better relationship personally. A little less toxic.
Definitely would be more real. I just feel that he's more drawn to Faye though, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, you can't fight chemistry. You can't fight attraction. I mean, but whether it's going to be good on the outside world, we'll have to see.
I could see them staying together for a while, though.
Who, Teddy and Faye?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I could.
Now, do you think Chloe and Toby would stay together for a while?
Maybe a little bit, to be honest.
Okay. I was skeptical at first until, was it the Unseen Bits? There was an Unseen Bit that came out yesterday where he still has a voicemail from Chloe when she came into the villa, and he knows it by heart.
Aww.
And I was like, oh shit, I actually think they might, because at first I was like, there's no way Chloe and Toby are lasting outside the villa. And now I'm just like, I actually think he really likes her.
It could be happening, but they're compatible signs, but she's a Libra and he's he's a Pisces.
Ooh. Is he a Pisces?
I think he's a Pisces, actually. I was thinking maybe he's an Aries, but no, I think he's actually a Pisces. Ooh, not great for a lasting relationship, we'll say.
Yeah.
Chloe and Liberty are having a little chat, and I love that the analogy, like Liberty's like, I'm the fucking table with the fruit on it.
I'm like banging the table. I'm like, that's fucking right. You're the fucking table. I love that. I'm going to use that like from now on. Like, don't ask me what I bring to the table. I am the fucking table.
It's so good. I'm gonna write that into something. Let me put a star on that because like I want to write that into a script when we talk about our relationship. So good. So they all walk off to the change room, and Faye is annoyed and comes in. What happened there though? Was that they're talking about annoyed with oh wait, yeah, Faye comes in and she mentions the thing about Jake, correct? Is that what happened?
Yes. Because I think ever since what happened with the movie night, Faye has looked at Jake differently. So I think she can be a little more objective. Or not more objective. I think she's been watching it, and now the fact that, because what happened is Kaz wasn't there when everything was going on, so that she was talking to everybody else, and then they were having that conversation before bed, and it just kind of seems like as it's ongoing, like he really is playing the game, and Faye is just like, okay, now it's pissing me off, like the way he's treated. I think everybody in the villa had the impression that she liked him more than he liked her. And I think they were okay with that because sometimes that does happen. And as you go on, maybe he would build it. It's only been however long. Okay. But what he did with Kaz, I think made it even more pronounced that maybe he is playing the game. And if you think about it, based on what he also did at Casa Amor, because that's my whole thing. When he did what he did at Casa Amor, helping to break up all the strong couples, like Tyler and Toby, aside, what he did with Millie and Liam, that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. So now you're starting to question, like, why would he do that? Like, is he playing a game? Like, did he want us all to break up so that he could win? And so then when you're seeing that he's on top of that, he's not giving her anything. She's crying to Faye. She's crying to Chloe, and she feels like he's not giving her what she needs, and her gut is starting to say, hey, no, this is not right. And then talk like, not flirt, he wasn't flirting with Mary, but the conversation he was having with her, just like, why couldn't you have that conversation with Liberty? I don't understand it. So I just think it's just like these small crumbs that are starting to add up for Faye. And Faye kicks off. So her thing is like, okay, I'm starting to add everything up and I don't like it. And whereas Chloe, I think, has been more like going with Liberty's emotions. And Cass is her best friend, so she doesn't want to hurt her. So she's just like, and she's, she likes Jake. So she's like, no, I think he really likes her. But I think after all of this and her expressing how, Liberty expressing how she feels, I think now everybody's starting to think of things in a different way.
Differently. And and it's like everything coming back, like, ooh, he did this. Oh, he did that. Oh, he did that. Oh, he did that. They're like, wait, maybe
now they're the viewers. Like, we're on the viewers have been watching it as a show. Now they're on the inside watching it as viewers, like, oh, he did this and then he did that. Like, why did he do all that stuff? Maybe it really is he's not really into her. Maybe our first instinct that he wasn't into her is correct, and he's playing this game to win the money.
Dan says Nathan and Kara, that's the season 2 couple that I was saying was married and has at least one baby. I think they might have had a second baby already. I didn't know they had a YouTube channel called Della Mass Family. They're honestly, like, when you talk about couple goals, like, they're just like the funniest couple. Like, they were silly together. Like, you could just tell that they liked each other so much, and they had their ups and downs, absolutely. And in case you never watched this season, afterwards, like, they broke up, but then she was pregnant, and then she was keeping the baby, and then they got back together. You know what I mean? And then they've been together ever since. And so it's just like they had a real relationship that they started on this show, and look how long they've been together now. They've been together like 5 years now. That's pretty cool.
Kind of like Bailey and what you call it from Big Brother, Swaggy, yeah, because that's kind of what happened to them.
Yeah, kind of. It hasn't been as long, obviously, but like,
and she didn't have the baby. The baby passed, but yeah.
Right. I don't know if she got pregnant from in the villa, but
that's what I read, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought she got pregnant in.
I can't remember.
Oh, you're saying these people? You don't know if they got pregnant.
Nathan, I think they dated for a little bit after, and then they broke up, and then she was pregnant, and then they got back together. But yes, definitely similar in the fact that, like, they're still together to this day after they met on a show briefly,
Yeah.
So, and I don't see that is there any couples from the US so far that are still together? No,
they all broke up.
Rachel has 9 times as said. Wow.
Okay, good. Then I'm fine with that. The longest couple was Ray and Caro. They were together for a year. And then I think then it would be Sully and Justine, because they didn't have a break in any of their relationship before they publicly said that they weren't together. We don't know if they broke up before that. Mackenzie and Connor, they broke up and then they got back together. So I don't count that as they've been the longest couple, because they broke up and then got back together, and then they broke up right after Sully and Justine broke up with their men. So and the season 1 couples, they lasted like 1 month and 2 months, other than Ray and Caro. Although I wonder if Weston and Emily might have stayed together for a little while too. And Kira and Cashel, I think they might have stayed together more than the finalists.
I feel like they had a really rocky relationship, though.
Kira and Cashel.
Yeah.
Terrible. Weston and Emily. very terrible. Yeah, no, those were pillars of, of relationship, but they did stay together, I think, longer than Elizabeth and Zach and Dylan and Alex. So
Hi, Leah. Thanks for joining us. We're still on episode 46, so we're going to try to blow through 47 pretty quickly if we don't talk too much. I'm not used to having someone here to talk to about these things. So I just talk to you guys in the chat, and then we just blow through this quickly. Okay, so I've been able to watch ITV Hub using a VPN. Ooh.
on your computer or your phone, like I'm just wondering if it's the type of VPN, because I just tried to do it so I could vote tonight and it's not working. So
Ms. Love, which VPN are you using? Could you maybe put that in the chat just so I can maybe take a look? Because I tried 2 VPNs and they both did not work.
Yeah.
Like the one that I do, like I pay money for the one that I usually use, and I can get like channel 4 I'm able to use in the UK, but I haven't been able to do ITV. I would love to be able to watch it live, just in general. I would love to be able to have access to ITV. Oh, the life. Rachel has said these rumors about her and Braga are not true. Brutal. Okay, then Chugs definitely needs to keep his mouth shut, because like it's just making Rachel not look like I think that he needs to be quiet then, especially if it's not true. I agree. ExpressVPN. I feel like I've used it before. Okay, I'm just going to type that in. Oh, I can write it down actually. ExpressVPN. And where have you been saying that you're from? In the UK? And do you have a Mac or an IBM, or like not a Mac? So no, all my questions, because I would love to be able to watch ITV live, because I can X on the Beach and all these other like shows that are just so messy. Okay, so we have the heart rate challenge, and man, this heart rate challenge was actually fire. It was so good. Kaz came out looking so hot. I was really, really impressed by her outfit and her look. You were saying that she looked amazing. You liked it?
Amazing. She looked amazing. I just like the entire look together was perfection.
Yeah, she looked so good. Her dancing obviously was great. Everyone's like, you know, I love the guys' reactions to this too. Like, even if they're blowing it up a little bit, like I still love how like they're at least acting really into everybody. I loved it.
Teddy was like, I didn't know where to look.
I love that. Okay, so Ms. Love says, I've been using a friend's postcode in London. I have a Mac. Okay, if you have a Mac, I have a Mac. I'll specifically use my family's postcode because I just used a random one from London, but maybe I'll use specifically my cousin's and see if that works. All right, Ms. Love, you might have changed our lives here. You might have. Because it would make things so much easier if I didn't have to wait for it to come live. Just so I can I can watch it right now. It's done, out of the way, instead of like, okay, has she uploaded it yet? Right. So that'd be really awesome. Thank you so much for your intel. Liberty also looked really cute. She looked hot, but and cute with her cowboy hat. I thought she was good.
Looked so good. She looked so good, and she did really good in her dancing. Like she went all out. I was really proud of her.
Yeah, she looked great. Like I love her. Like everybody's gonna do that look, but she had like her lasso, and she's doing all her dancing, and I thought she did a great job. Millie though, and her S&M look, and like sucking on Teddy's finger. I was like, Millie.
She looked like, oh God, what's that girl? Dang it. Angelina Jolie played her in a movie.
Maleficent?
Salt? Salt is a good movie, no. Oh God, it was a video game.
Tomb Raider?
Is it Tomb Raider?
Lara Croft?
Yes. She looked like Lara Croft to me. Yeah, that's what.
S&M.
That's how it came across to me. So it was like, I'm like, okay, where's she gonna go with it? And then she just like worked their room. I know. I was like, yeah, I was like, okay,
I was proud of her because she's like, it definitely looked like it was out of her comfort zone and she was just going with it.
yeah.
She still looked confident, even though she probably wasn't that confident. Mary needed
Somebody hates her. One of those producers hate her. One of those producers hate her because who in the hell told her to get that outfit?
That wasn't the look. That like wasn't cute. Like it was very bad.
It was terrible. And she's a really good looking woman. There was no reason to do that to her.
Well, and it's kind of like, you know, she's wearing an Ariel mermaid outfit, but like it was like a long tight dress with a slit, but like so she couldn't do like the whole straddling the guys things that everybody loves to do. And like even at the end she kind of did like a squat thing, and I was worried that the dress was going to split. So like I was more worried about her dress ripping than I wasn't like paying attention to like what she was doing. And that like $5 wig, I was like, oh
yeah,
Mary,
it wasn't good. Whoever it was just does not like her. Somebody don't like her.
I don't know if you caught it later on, but like right before they went to bed, did you see Toby trying on the wig?
I can't. So yeah. She got nobody's hearts racing. Poor thing.
No, it wasn't good. She throws her, I don't know what they're called, Titans, whatever, her like staff thing, her like fork.
Oh, the spear.
Trident. Faye, I thought looked super hot. How she shook out her hair, motorcycle girl wearing like a hot bodysuit. You know, she has a hot body with her big boobs, and I thought she looked very good.
Faye looked really good, and I think I mentioned this before. I was very glad that she didn't like overdo her makeup, because it made that's like when she flipped out her hair, it just made it look. She looked like she came out of a movie, so it was just like perfect, like it wasn't overdone. So yeah, I really liked her look.
Yeah, me too. And like she's like bouncing on Teddy. I'm like, okay, Faye. She's just trying to lock that man back in because like she has some work to do.
Yeah.
Priya is the nurse. No. And like when she bent over in front of Todd, and Todd was like, "Oh."
I don't know where. I don't know if she chose that or somebody else chose that for her, but it was not.
She probably chose it because like she's planning to be a doctor.
Yeah, no.
I mean, but why didn't she have like maybe a stethoscope and like I don't know, like take their heart rate and be like, you know what I mean? I don't know, put on a better show.
Yeah, she would have been better off being a maid. Or being like, you know, a librarian. Like, no, that it didn't work for her at all. In total at all. No.
And then poor Chloe, they didn't want her to shine here either. Like, she's obviously a beautiful woman, but I did not like that outfit.
Yeah, no. The dress wasn't as much of the problem as the headpiece. I'm like, why did they send her out in that headpiece? Like, no.
They did poor Mary so wrong. So mean. She's honestly stunning, and they made her look bad. Like, bad.
Yeah.
If it was a static picture, I think that she would have looked beautiful in us if she was just laying down like a mermaid and like having just a photo being taken, but it wasn't a good movable dancing outfit.
Or even if it was like, I'm just thinking like, even if it was like pants and then just like a top, and even if they had her just like with the wig, you know, braided she would have looked way better, been able to move. It just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Didn't work at all. So then the guys turn. Liam, okay, everybody was saying Liam was so hot. I didn't think he was hot at all with his jean shorts and like boots. And I don't know, he rips his shirt off. I guess that's the move, right?
Yeah. The rip the shirt works. I think we had something similar happen in the USA one. I was like, yeah, the rip. I think Corey ripped the shirt. The rip shirt to the person that you're trying to get, that always works. But otherwise, yeah, it didn't really do much, guy.
It kind of look like whenever I see guys try to look sexy in jean shorts, I always think they look like Woody from Toy Story. So like, even especially last year, I thought Calvin was like he was like the live action version of Woody. Like,
yeah, but at least Calvin can move. So
Calvin can move. And so yes, with Liam's like kind of stick moves, like like very stiff body rolls in his jean shorts. It's just not my thing. But Million Face seems to think he's really hot, really fit. I was like, no. He picks up Millie though. That's always the move. He enjoyed it, I think. So that's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
Tyler, kind of some basketball guys in very small shorts. What did you think about this look?
First of all, I love that he picked Kaz's song because she was like sitting there. She's like, I love this song. And then she sees him comes around the corner. I was afraid there was gonna be a wardrobe. So I'm sitting there on edge the entire time, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Who was he thrusting in front of? It was
it was
like
it was Chloe. She was like, or was it Millie that said like Tyler's shorts were so somebody said it. It was like I was like, you can see it when he walked out. His shorts were tiny. Oh my god.
Oh my god, hilarious.
Oh my god. But definitely when he picked up Kaz and like then he poured the water on her. Oh, hot.
It's just like I didn't think he looked hot in those shorts, whatever. But I thought that his like what he was doing was hot, and it was probably just to get the heart rate up, as opposed to specifically just being sexy.
Yeah.
Because like that, like the shock of like seeing so much action in like those little shorts, like that would get my heart racing. Because I'd be terrified that something's going to have a wardrobe malfunction. So the Viking Jake comes out and he did something like. He was picking up Liberty like they were kind of like partners in Cirque du Soleil and flipping her around his neck and his head and then getting her on the ground and then humping her on the back. And like I was like, he was doing a lot. What do you think of Jake's moves?
It was okay. Some of them I was like, okay. It was some of them were questionable moves, but I don't know if it's his stature or whatever. It like for me it wasn't getting me going.
No. This is like, whoa. Somebody said, I think it was Kaz, was like, what did you do to Liberty? Like, what was that? What did you do to her? I was wondering the same thing. What's happening? Is she gonna be okay?
That is too funny.
Aaron as a pilot, obviously pilots are like that outfit is pretty sexy. And we love a good tearaway pants, so he does rip up these pants. He's wearing a thong underneath. I'm like, yes, thong, Aaron. I thought he was cute.
Yeah, I think the fact that he was wearing the thong kind of like set him apart. Because at first I was like, okay, I don't think this is gonna be as good as like a Tyler or whatever. But I think like just putting it all out there, he did his thing. He did his thing.
And then like I love when the guys are whenever they were doing like a thong thing, they walk away and it's just like their butt cheeks walk away. So then Teddy comes out as a sailor. I couldn't handle this. I was screaming. Like I lost my voice screaming because I was like, oh my god, I can't. Like it was so like I like Teddy enough, but he doesn't seem that sexual to me. He seems
right.
Like I do see him kissing and being very affectionate, but I don't see him being like raunchy and sexy. So seeing him like, doing these things to Faye and like everybody else, I was very, very shocked.
Yeah. I like Teddy's personality. I don't necessarily find him like super sexy. Um, like to me, Tyler's sexy. To me, Aaron was sexy. Um, Teddy's not sexy for me. It just seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good. It was okay.
He was good. I was screaming though. It was just like, and Brett, Brett, you poor dear. Uh, yeah, don't become a dancer.
Yeah,
I just wrote he's so stiff.
yeah. Touching should be illegal unless it's your partner. Because he touched Kaz, and
Oh yeah, doing the leg tickles.
Yeah, I'm like, that would have gotten me too, because that stuff is it turns you on. Like, I felt so bad. It was like,
probably, and like Black women tend to have very soft skin.
yeah.
So like he's probably like, oh, this is so soft, like,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Should
that's
definitely be illegal.
But shouldn't have. The leg tickles on Kaz, yes. Which two couples do you think are going home? Oh boy. Priya and Brett. Sorry. Especially with all that news coming out about Priya, having a crush on Boris Johnson.
I don't think Priya's personality is shining. Like, her with this stupid course thing is annoying the shit out of me. And then, like, on top of that, her being into, I'm like, is Preeti Patel her like family member or something? The way that she's like into her, and then she's attracted to a Boris Johnson. Like, oh. And so, like, I don't think she's doing she's not bringing something to the table to say, oh my God, I want to root for her to find love. And then Brett, he seems okay, but I don't think he's aesthetically handsome enough for us to be like, oh my God, he's so cute, we got to keep him on the show, type of thing.
Brett's not even cute. Like,
yeah,
I'm not interested in him at all. He's just better than Matt, in my opinion. Okay, so Mr. Toby starts as an Islander hero. He comes in kind of dressed as like Clark Kent, and he goes into the phone booth. He has a full prop of a phone booth, and he comes out as Super Islander. And this song was Need Another Hero that was playing. They're so funny with these things. I definitely thought that he did a good job, and I like Toby as well. Did you like Toby's?
I loved Toby's. I thought it was awesome. When I saw the telephone booth, I was like, oh my God, is he really like gonna go in the booth? And like, I was like, oh my God, I loved it.
It's fun.
And I was glad that they like didn't try to get him like all over Chloe, like in the seat, because I'm like, that dress probably would have split. So I was like, that was so cute when he like laid her on the ground. But yeah, I loved his thing.
Brett is Hugo 2.0. I think that he has better capability of finding somebody.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't give him that. I think he knows what he likes. I just don't think that either of their personalities for the show, and they're not. Neither one is like, sexy or handsome enough to stay on the show, personally.
So with the heart rates, so Faye had Teddy's heart, or Teddy got Faye's heart going the most. Liberty's, Jake got Liberty's, Brett got Kaz's, those leg tickles. Teddy got Millie, interesting. Brett got Priya. Teddy got Millie's. And Toby got Chloe's going the most. And then for the guys, Millie and Chloe both got Toby's going the most. Kaz did get Tyler's going the most. Millie and Faye got Teddy's going. Kaz got Aaron's. Ooh. Millie got Liam's. Good. Millie got Jake's. Interesting. Liberty got Brett's. Very interesting. So that was the end of the episode, and let's just blow through the next one. So my second couple, I'd say Dan, would be probably Mary and Aaron, just because we haven't had enough time with them. I think that Tyler and Kaz are still in a decent position, and especially if the Islanders are choosing, they're not going to get rid of Kaz. They're not going to get rid of Faye. They're not going to get rid of Liberty. They're not going to get rid of Millie. So at this point,
and I think the majority of the OGs that seem to be in the villa really like Tyler and Kaz's relationship. Or they're really good friends with either one of them or both of them. So I don't see them kicking them off. Especially like they're based on when you see the next episode, based on the polling, it's not like Ty and Kaz are like a threat. You know what I mean? Like in their head.
So episode 37, they're playing in like a slow version of London Bridge is falling down. I was like, oh dear, what is going to be falling down in London? Well, not in Spain, but I was like, uh-oh. So Liberty and Jake are talking. I guess it's the fact that his heart rate didn't go up for her. For her. And so he's like, you're my girlfriend. I actually watched a little bit of a body language specialist, and she was kind of coming for Jake, being like, he's not interested in Liberty. I'll send it to you, her. She's very good as well.
Did you see the TikTok what somebody made with him keep saying, you're my girlfriend, but you're my girlfriend, but you're my girlfriend? It's bad. It makes it look bad. It like really, really bad.
I'll find it after for sure. Yeah. So Kaz asked Tyler if he thinks if Jake is genuine, and Tyler says yes, he does, but Kaz is like, okay, but like the fact that Liberty's gut here is kind of saying otherwise, which is very interesting. That believe your gut; it's never usually wrong.
Yeah.
So Faye actually also is skeptical of Jake, even though she said that like she loves him to bits, but that Jake did the girlfriend thing as to be a showman. And I was like, yep, like that's exactly what I think happened.
I feel like I think because of how he is and who he is, I feel like if he didn't do it before Casa Amor and did it when they came back after being tested and not going for anybody, I think it might have played better. Whereas normally, I think him going into it as a girlfriend boyfriend would play better. I just don't think he's not into her, and I think he's just staging everything at this point.
Are we going to be doing F-Boy Island recap? I don't know.
I haven't watched it yet.
If the show really lends to a recap, like I don't know how to recap it really.
Yeah.
Think of maybe let me watch a couple of people's recaps if they just do like a recap or if they do like highlights. Like I just don't know how to present it because it's not. I can't tell the format of it specifically. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I haven't watched it, and I know a few people have talked about it, but because I haven't watched it, I haven't like gone into chats to see what they're saying for me to gauge on how it would work for discussion. Mm-hmm. So I definitely would have to do it, but like I was saying, like I needed the Olympics to be done, and now I need Love Island to be done in order for me to focus on anything.
I have been considering though, Dan, like doing starting a Discord channel and maybe showing it live. And so then watching it at the same time and then just having discussions while we're watching it together. That's something I've been toying with the idea of. So tell me what you think about that. And we'd probably be doing it through, I'd give everybody access to Discord, and then people would get the link, and it would be through. I couldn't do it on YouTube. I'd have to do it on Twitch. So you'd have to become a Twitch person to be able to watch it on Twitch. So that's what I'm toying with right now. So Pri and Brett have a conversation. He doesn't ever look at her in the eyes. So I'm like, he is not into her when he's talking. Like he's like looking over here, and she's like staring at him, and he's not into her at all. Liam and Millie talk, and about the fact that she's like, oh, like you live so far away, and he's the one that's saying, well, we can make it work, and that's what you want. You want the man to say we can make it work.
Yeah.
And so I do feel that Liam learned a lesson here. I do
Yeah.
think he likes Millie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, then we see Toby trying on Mary's outfit. So funny. And okay, overnight, did Toby break the bed?
Yeah. And then he left Chloe to fix it. But at first I thought at first I thought they said the condom broke. And then I was like, because he like jumped up and like ran away, and I was like, what the hell just happened? And then I thought Chloe was laughing. I was like, oh, the condom broke. And I was like, wait, what? And then I ran it back. And then it was like, oh, the bed broke. And I was like, oh.
Oh, these Islanders. Like, and it's just so funny though that like they're all just having sex with, like in the next bed with the next person, whatever. Like that's how close they are and like what kind of like relationship they're in right now. Just like some exhibition sex. But Jenny was like calling out Shannon and Josh for whatever they were doing in bed. And I'm just like, have you not seen the show? They're always banging in the bed next to each other. Like it's part of the show. It's part of the experience. So the next morning, the girls are talking about the challenge and Jake. And the boys are talking about the breaking the bed and more sports and sex analogies, which is, it's like the girls are doing that whole school and graduation thing, which you don't like. Yeah. And the guys are just doing all these sports analogies. And I'm like, I don't get the analogy.
I don't get it either because Tyler said something like a 2-in-1, and I was like, huh? And I was like, I don't get it. But then when they were asking Kaz, like, what happened? Because it seemed like they had like the covers over their heads, so like seemed like they were doing stuff, and Faye was like, oh, I don't know if I believe you. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I don't know. They getting it on under there, but I don't think they're having sex though. Not yet.
I don't think not yet. I don't think so. Millie tells the girls that they nearly said the words "I love you," so like they're getting closer to being, you know, in a place of being very official. So boyfriend girlfriend probably will be coming pretty soon if they're close to saying "I love you." Right. And then Millie gets a text, and it's going to be the viewers' couple opinions. So these are pretty bad. Like with what they share with the Islanders. How do you feel about this on the whole?
Well, I had seen the polls on Twitter, and most of them were coming out negatively towards Kaz and Tyler for no reason. Well, we know the reason, racism. And then I noticed on Facebook a bunch of people were like, "Oh, these polls were made up. I didn't see them on the app." And I was like, "They were definitely on the app. I saw the screenshots. They were on the app." And they're like, "Oh." So I feel like they skewed them a little bit, and it was like when they did them, it's like they opened them partially up at certain points when things were going on in the show, but they didn't show everything with certain people. So I don't know. I felt they were a little skewy, but some of them were very spot on. I just feel like the orders were skewy, like
yeah,
some of the orders.
Really pay that much attention to who was where. Just kind of like who got first is what I mostly paid attention to.
Right.
But I found it interesting that beforehand, Jake is like, if it's negative or negative about him, don't worry. And I'm like, that would be a red flag if the guy's like, if they say something negative about me, like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Like, and it was funny to see how like really unbothered like Kaz and Tyler were about it. Like it was just like, okay, it is what it is. And so that's telling because people keep saying that, oh, he only did the exclusive thing to win the show, and he's only doing this because he wants to win the show. And I'm like, I don't think winning the show is even in his head at this point, because he has to know that people probably didn't like what he did. Right. And you saying you want to be exclusive with her is not going to help. And then based on the poll, he's like still, hugging her up, and all you see is them just like laying around together on the day beds and stuff. So I really don't think for Tyler as a game, which is why I think it didn't like affect him as much. What I noticed is with Jake and Liberty, notice how he kept trying to flick everything onto Liberty. He kept saying, oh, well, she doesn't come to me and tell me that that's how she's feeling. So what is she saying to other people about our
Yeah, I was
relationship?
annoyed when he was like, "Oh, she doesn't talk to me. She doesn't tell me these things. She does. I need her to come to me to tell me how she's feeling. Tell me how she's feeling instead of talking to everybody else." It's
So
like,
he kept trying to say, so I don't know if that's what people are seeing. And we're like, it's not Liberty. We have no problem with Liberty. The issue isn't Liberty. The issue is you.
yep. So most argumentative, it goes to Faye and Teddy, of course. Ty and Kaz and Toby and Chloe are in the mix. In their confessional, Faye and Teddy are like, we're winners. The hottest couples are actually Milliam is number one hottest couple. Second was Kaz and Ty, and third was Faye and Teddy, which is interesting because they had Mary in there, but Faye and Teddy were took over that place.
Yeah.
The top, so the one-sided relationship. Number 3 was Kaz and Tyler. Number 2 was Faye and Teddy. And number 1 was Liberty and Jake. They didn't think that they were there.
I agreed with number 1. I agreed with number 2. I did not agree with Tyler and Kaz, like, at all.
I don't think it's one-sided.
Yeah.
Not right now.
No.
Most intelligent. So number 1 was Priya and Brett, of course. Millie and Liam. I was like, interesting.
I was like, really? Yeah, that one to me. That's what I'm saying. Some of them I was like, I don't know about all that. The Millie and Liam to put in there, no.
And Kaz and Tyler because of age. They thought that Jake and Liberty were in the mix there, and I was like, they don't come across as an intelligent couple to me. I'm sorry, guys. I love you, Liberty, but not so much.
No.
Most genuine, number 1 was Millie and Liam. 2 was Chloe and Toby, and 3 was Faye and Teddy.
Yeah.
The funniest, Chloe and Toby, Millie and Liam, and Liberty and Jake, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I wasn't sure about that, where that Liberty and Jake came out of. Because I don't find them a funny couple together. Like, I agreed with the other two. Mm-hmm. But they're funny separately, so I don't know.
And the first to split up, Jake and Liberty, then Tyler and Kaz, then Faye and Teddy.
Yeah.
I don't agree, but I can see how the audience would think that.
Yeah. I was laughing when Kaz was like, yay! And he's like, why? She's like, because we got a vote. She's like, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere.
Kaz hugs and cuddles Liberty after, and Chloe joins, and they kind of start rationalizing what must be going on with the whole thing. And then Jake also is doing some rationalizing, saying that he doesn't understand. And this is where he was saying she thinks that she needs to be talking to him more and like know how she feels and all this stuff. And it's kind of like, but it comes up when she's talking about you, babe. Like, when you guys are together, she doesn't notice these things, but it's after she needs to soundboard them, and then she comes to you.
Because he does this thing where he just like convinces her that she's crazy, and and uses, well, you're my girlfriend. I mean, those other girls are gorgeous and they're my type, but you're my girlfriend, huh? What? So you're saying she's not gorgeous and she's not your type, but she's your girl. She's who you chose to be your girlfriend, so she should be okay with whatever scraps you're giving her.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not. And so Tyler is even mentioned. I was like, Tyler, shh. Yeah. Like, that Kaz has asked him if she thought that Jake was genuine. And I was like, man, this is not good, because now it's going to put a rift maybe between Kaz and like, oh, I don't want you to talk about Kaz about me, because like, you know, it's just like this whole like kind of like Will gonna pull her maybe away from her friends and stuff like that, so she doesn't get like a clear perspective on him kind of being disingenuous.
Yeah.
So that's all I wrote down for the episode. What did I miss? Was there anything specific?
I think, what did happen at the end? I think they just had a conversation.
Well, I'll watch it for tomorrow, and then we'll start.
Yeah,
We'll pick back up like at the end of the challenge, and then we'll do episode 48 together
yeah.
tomorrow.
It was mostly like the girls were trying to figure out what to how to help her, what to say, and then he and her had a conversation. It was back to the more of the boyfriend and girlfriend. You're my girlfriend. You're my girlfriend. But Liberty, the girl, based on what the girls kind of said to her, was like, okay, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna tell him this, and she did. That's why I'm saying the problem is not Liberty. Anytime she's felt her gut in her gut something is wrong, she's not been a Kira where she just like, oh, da, da, da. She went to him. She told him, I don't feel like this. I don't like what you're doing. You're not doing this with me. I know you say you're my girlfriend. I'm your girlfriend, but you're not doing this for me. And then she was like, so what is it that you feel for me? What about me do you like? What is it that like your true feelings? And then he says, oh, but I love you.
Whatever.
And so that's where they ended off. That he told her he loved her, and then next episode we see that he basically she goes back and tells the girls, and they're like, wait, he just threw out that he loves you. Like, why couldn't he say that 2 days ago when you were having a problem with him? Like, why is he saying it now? And so now it, based on the first look, it looks like Chloe and Faye are gonna kind of run with it.
All right. We'll see what happens. And we'll
Yeah.
be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Tamika, do you want to just share with where people can find you online?
You can find me on Entertainment in Color. I've been sharing mostly Kyler content for UK because they're my favorite couple. And today I shared a video of some Love Island US events that happened last night. But I'll also be doing scripted television, not just reality TV. So follow me there.
Perfect. And you guys know the drill, but just follow me here at Reality Realness with 3 S's. We'll be back tomorrow with Love Island US and UK. We'll find out what happened, who cares, with Love Island USA, and then we'll see what happens with Liberty and Jake and who gets dumped. So thanks so much, you guys, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.